Today we're talking about 6 mistakes you might be making in your home bakery business. Okay, so this is the first mistake I see a lot with home bakers is no one knows you're selling. You post a lot of pictures of your baked goods and they look really good, but you're not telling people where and how they can buy. There's a lot of different ways to fix that, but first I would make sure you put it in your bio on Instagram that you are selling, where you are, and how they can order. If you put it in the bio or if you put it in highlights, I always like to do on Instagram, put it in the little highlight things like how to order or start here or something like that. But don't be afraid to tell people every single time you post, like make sure you always have a call to action in your caption or whenever you post a picture of your baked goods, whether you want them to just comment, whether you want them to share it, or you want them to place an order because you just came out with the new monthly flavors. The second mistake, and if you've seen any of my videos or follow me on Instagram, you know that this is a big one, but prices are too low. If you are pricing so low that you feel like you always have orders, but you still feel like you're not making any money, this could be why. You could be pricing way too low. If you build your customer base on really, really low prices, when you eventually have to raise your prices because of inflation or ingredient costs going up, you're gonna have a big problem with that because a lot of those customers are there because you are the lowest price option. So you wanna make sure in the beginning that you establish yourself as someone that has a high quality product and people are gonna pay high quality prices for that product. Now another mistake I see made a lot in home bakeries is a mess of an order system. Either you don't have an order system, you don't have a specific way for your customers to order, or you have too many. You have in your bio or whenever you tell people, you're like, you can WhatsApp me, you can send me a DM on Instagram, you can send me a text message, you can call me, you can email me, you can go on my website. That's way too overwhelming for your customer and for you. You don't want to have that many options for customers to place an order because you'll get confused, you can miss orders that way, and they will get confused about how to place an order. Make sure you have a good, streamlined, structured order system, even if it's just email, even if it's just a contact form before you get your website up and going. Even that is better than just being like, message me anywhere you can find me. This one's a big one, but it's hard because I know that this is difficult to get good at when you're trying to spend all of your time baking and doing all the other business stuff. But a mistake I noticed in a lot of home bakeries is really messy, cluttered, blurry photos on your Instagram feed and on your website. You don't have to have professional, beautiful photos when you first start out or ever, but you want to at least make sure it's not a mess in the background of your photo. If you can just clear one spot somewhere in your home, preferably by a window with natural light coming in, and you can take the photo there with just a simple backdrop, even if it's just a poster board. I'll link to my video that shows you how to take really simple product photos without buying a bunch of lighting equipment. But even if you just do that, that's gonna make such a difference in your Instagram feed and your website and in your product photos because you want it to look really clear and you want the focus to be on the baked good and not on the props around it or the mess in your kitchen behind it. So unless you're like a pro at composition and using props in your photos, just don't use them. Just keep it clean, keep it simple, and start like that. And then eventually, as you keep practicing, you will get good at that stuff and you can start to use props and ingredients in your photos. But until then, keep it simple and keep it clean. So this is another thing I noticed with a lot of home bakers is they don't buy in bulk, especially with like packaging supplies. And I know that a lot of bakers, I know when you're starting out, you're like, is this something I'm going to be doing? Do I want to buy 500 boxes when I don't know if this is going to take off? But as soon as you figure out if this is what you're going to do, buy in bulk because you save so much money with ingredients if you buy in bulk and with packaging, like your boxes, if you're putting them in little plastic bags, your labels, all of that stuff, you're going to save so much. And like chocolate chips, stuff like that. I will link some good bulk websites for packaging and for ingredients in the description. But even if you can just go locally and get a membership at like Costco or Sam's Club, that's going to be really helpful keeping your costs down. Okay, so this is a mistake that I see a lot of home bakers do, and a mistake that I made a lot when I had a home bakery is not taking a deposit or not getting enough details in writing. And a lot of times it was with someone I knew. So make sure you get a deposit before you start making the desserts or whatever you're making and before you start buying the ingredients. But the second part of that is getting details about the order and getting them in writing. So anything like for macarons, I made macarons, anything like colors or designs, because if they tell you they want pink macarons and you make pink macarons for them, and they come and pick up and they realize that it was the wrong shade and you guys have two different definitions of the word pink, that could be a big problem. So you want to make sure that you have swatches of the colors that they want, or if they're using it for some sort of party, to give you the swatches in an email. And then make sure that you say, okay, and since these are handmade, there is a chance that it will not be the exact color. And get that in writing and make sure they say that's okay. If you do contracts and you've got huge orders for like a wedding, you should put that kind of stuff in there. But I know not everyone is going to get a contract for a $50 order, but at least make sure it's in an email or somewhere where if they come back to you after they pick up their order and they're like, this is not the pink I wanted, then you can go back and say, this is the pink that you showed me. Now, if you are ready to grow your home bakery business or you want to start one, go to the link in my description. I'll have some more information about the Home Bakery Blueprint program. It is 12 months of working with me to grow your home bakery business. So if that sounds like something you want to do, go to the link in my description. You'll get some more information there. Okay, I will see you in a year when I make another video. Okay, love you, bye.